and welcome back to episode 88 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm. I'm fluky as shit, just like my Eagles king.
Is that right,
That's
Clifford?
absolute.
Well, listen, if Al Davis's passing wasn't enough, the curse is really on now with the passing of John Madden. So good luck.
I don't know if that applies to as a curse, but
The only hope y'all had left.
To the late great John Madden.
Yep.
When he died yesterday, the 28th.
Yesterday.
That's crazy.
28. Yeah. And I'm not sure if you heard. I was watching the First Take and Undisputed earlier, and they were talking about, I guess there was a Christmas documentary on him that aired on John Madden, where they were having different players of different times and generations show appreciation for John Madden. So I did think it was kind of cool. And they talk about receiving your flowers. A lot of people receive them after they're gone. He ironically, 2 days before he passed, got to receive his flowers, got to see his responses to the videos and the things that people said about him. So it was kind of nice, at least knowing that. But yeah, it's still sad that he passed away.
That's an interesting point to make. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know it either. Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless were talking about it because they were saying, at least that was nice. And again, he got to feel that recognition right before he passed, and see that and feel that and hear that, and then pass with that love and admiration.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. And for all the Hit the Showers listeners out there, all my shower heads, for those who don't know, as you can see from Malcolm's background, John Madden was head coach of the Raiders from 1969 to 78, I believe. Super Bowl champions in 1977.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got an impressive resume from obviously coaching, and they talked about that too. I think you and I talked about this offline, I think too, a little bit. Or no, actually, it was my dad and I earlier. But what we talked about was there's three different generations that know John Madden in different ways. So there's the people that grew up with him as the coach of the Raiders that know him best for that.
Right.
There's the people like my generation that seen him as the commentator for so many years. And then there's the younger folks who only know him as the game Madden.
Right.
So that's interesting.
And like he stopped doing the commentating for Madden probably what?
A while ago. Now it's like it might have been like 08.
That sounds.
It's been a while now. It's been a while now. Yeah, he was doing the commentating, wasn't he?
Yeah. Hell yeah. God. I remember they announced that he was gonna stop doing it and everybody was mad at that.
I never even paid attention to it till you said something, but yeah, that was some BS looking back on it. He still could have commentated the damn games until he went.
Listen, he was breaded. He don't gotta do nothing he don't want to do.
He didn't. Did you know that he didn't even have any interest in doing broadcasting? They literally, after he went to the Hall of Fame, were like, we would love to have you as a broadcaster. And he was like, okay, well, sure. Because they said that if you think about it, John Madden wasn't your blue collar kind of guy. He messy hair. He's kind of like, John Madden.
You mean he
wasn't really well kept.
He wasn't white collar. Blue collar is working class. He wasn't white collar.
Right. He wasn't white collar.
Right.
Yeah. He wasn't really well kept. He just kind of rode out of bed and, he was John Madden. But what was I going to say? What was interesting, they had said something about him. But yeah, nonetheless, he played a lot of hats. He wore a lot of hats.
Right.
He wore a lot of hats. So,
and he was great at all of them.
He was.
He was great at all of them. You can't take nothing away from John Madden. That's a legacy to live with right there.
Right.
At 85, you lived a nice full life. Shit. What else? Do you know what he died from?
They said he died unexpectedly. So they didn't say what he died from. I'm assuming maybe he just died of sleep or something. If so, that's the best way, in my opinion,
in the building. Out. What's good, bro?
Yeah, what's up, Dion?
God forbid it's COVID or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, I don't think it was nothing like that. It
Something
was
else for
just
everybody to go up in arms for.
right. I think it was just natural causes. But yeah, he
Well,
had been begged by the networks.
unexpectedly doesn't sound like natural causes. That sounds like something happened out of the blue.
Well, I guess we'll get more later on that.
Yeah, I would like to do some more research. We'll keep you updated, shower heads out there. But yeah, I mean, John Madden, you get your honorary hit the showers. Go on, hang it up in that great way.
Absolutely. Rest in peace to a legend.
Right. Speaking of a legend, he's rolling in his fucking grave already.
Who's that?
John Madden. Fucking
Why
Raiders,
you say that?
Raiders Broncos game. I just can't. I can't get over Derek Carr. I just can't
What
get over
happened
him.
in that game?
He threw for 80%, but he was 201 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 fumble. And the interception that he threw almost got run back for a touchdown. Like, I was looking at his stats, I think yesterday, and 4 out of the last 6 games he's played, he's ended with 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
That sounds about right.
Another out of the 6 that I'm talking about, he ended 0 for 0. I just look at that as a lack of production. You know what I mean? Because if you score a touchdown and you throw an interception, that touchdown's wiped out.
Right.
Even if they didn't score off that interception, even if your defense came down and shut them and got you back on the field, that interception's wiped out, or that touchdown's wiped out to me. That's an even to me. That's you put us in a position to win, and then you gave up that position to win with that interception. So when you end the game even like that, regardless of what your throwing yards are, I just look at it like you're not productive. You're just not productive. And I don't know what else to say about him. I'm sick of talking about his lack of production. I would just like him to turn it around one time. So
does Carr is it just Carr that gets the blame? Is there anybody else that gets the blame in that organization? I mean, it sounds like a lot.
You could place the blame. I'm sure you could place the blame on a lot of people. I'm sure there's at least 6 people in that organization you could place blame on. But the bottom line is you're the guy on the field. And whatever play they want you to run doesn't have to be the best play, but you still have to execute it to the best of your ability. And what those stats are telling me is that you can't execute.
Right.
Regardless of if it's a bad play or not, you can't execute. Because even in the worst play, you always have multiple options. And it seems to me like you're not only can you not execute, you're a bad decision maker as well.
Well, I mean, you know who his brother is. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I mean, I guess you're absolutely correct. You know, I guess you're absolutely correct. And when you look at the comparison of David Carr and Derek Carr's career, Derek Carr smokes him, but it's still like, what were those stats for?
Yeah.
What were they for?
Right.
He can still say, even with David Carr's sorry ass stats, he can still say, at least I made it to the playoffs, champ.
Right.
You can't even say that, regardless of how many seasons you've thrown for 4,000 plus. I'm sick. I'm just sick. I'm sick of seeing him back there. I really am. I don't know what else to say.
I mean, it's not like, obviously Mariota can't be the answer because they just don't play him. At least play him enough.
And I agree somewhat. You know what I mean? I wouldn't think that he would be the guy.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't think that you would pull Carr next year and Mariota's the guy that's starting. I wouldn't think that. I would think that they would go out and get a new quarterback or draft someone before that takes place.
I agree.
But
I agree.
I guess I do understand them, though. It doesn't make sense to pull the guy that's been in there all season at the end of the season.
Yeah, you might as well ride it out.
Right. Especially when you're still in the running.
In the hunt.
Right.
Yeah, in the hunt.
You're not out of it yet. So I understand why they keep going with him. It's just like how many games is he going to put up those subpar numbers before you start looking for other options? Well, and like Mike Brown said on I think either last episode or the episode before last, I do know that the Raiders are looking to acquire a quarterback either in the draft or whatever. But that to me sounds like long term. You know?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like anything that's going to be immediate. So my next question would be, is Carr then going to be the guy that grooms this rookie? And if so, I think that's a big decision because you don't want to groom somebody mediocre.
Right. Well, I think there'll be some options. I think, the whole Deshaun discussion is still out there with his future. I don't think Russell's going to end up staying in Seattle the way things are looking in Seattle.
Those are two good points.
So I think, and your boy Huntley, you talk about a lot from the Ravens.
See, that's my. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
No, go ahead.
But that's my biggest. So, if I could have it my way, right? And I know I'm no GM or coach or anything like that, but if I could have it my way, fuck a Russell, fuck a Deshaun, grab a Minshew, grab a Huntley, because you're gonna give up too much for a Deshaun. You're going to give up too much for a Russell, and we're already in a bad spot. We're depleted from, the Henry Ruggs situation. Arnett's leaving, and I'm not saying he was the greatest corner, but he still provided that backup that we needed. Like, all these players are leaving from, bad situations. God bless them. But we're not in a position where we can give up anything else. We can't give you anything in return. So why go for a big name like a Watson or go for a Huntley, go for a Minshew? One of those people that just want a decent contract to prove themselves. Mm-hmm. Not somebody that wants to, I want to keep up my biggest contract shit, and you haven't proved yourself in a while.
Right.
Being Deshaun and Russell.
Right. And also, there was somebody else that came to mind.
But with that said, you can get them cheaper than they usually go, because y'all haven't done well. But it's still going to be a nice price. But what was you about to say?
Well, and then also, Jimmy G's not really working out.
Oh, no. But you know what? That's a Raiders type pick right there. I can see the Raiders going with the Jimmy G.
I can see that.
And I would be happier with the Jimmy G than a Carr. Mm-hmm. But that's not the guy to go for.
Yeah.
That's not the guy. Right. Like, we're in a rebuild, so don't go with somebody that we're going to have to rebuild around again because they're going to end up retiring or leaving, and now we got to find another quarterback.
Right.
Get somebody that we can build chemistry with. But Raiders aren't prone to making good decisions.
No, not at all.
Historically, that's factual.
Right.
So, and I love my squad, but I will never not. I'm not going to lie on nothing or nobody, especially when it comes to, the Raiders.
Right. Yeah, they've got some work to do. I mean, like you said, they've got to probably just clean house and really look at restarting in a lot of areas.
I think they should.
And it could be worse, Cliff. I mean, look at the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. I was talking to my dad earlier about that too, and just Steeler Nation in general has been talking about it. They are in total discombobulation right now.
That was their choice, though.
What do you mean by that?
That was their choice when they chose to give Ben Roethlisberger the sympathy season that set them back 2 years.
Right. Well, even their defense has been playing like.
No,
trash,
you are right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They gave away some pieces too. You know, Bud Dupree, Melvin Ingram, Connor. Like you know what I mean? Like you're right. They did.
These are Pro Bowlers.
These are Pro Bowlers.
You know what I mean? Like Pro Bowlers.
Like AB. I mean, I know they AB stuff, but AB
he's still producing.
He's still producing. Hell, we talked about it before, but even Le'Veon Bell just got signed again. Not saying he's going to do anything, but he got signed to the Buccaneers practice squad or something. That's probably only because Leonard Fournette, by the way, got put on IR, injured reserve for the rest of the season. But anyways, yeah, I mean, you guys, it could be worse. You guys definitely don't make the best decisions, but yeah, definitely a rebuilding phase is needed. I think for sure.
But I think they're scared of it too. That was your so-called rebuild, you know what I mean, and it didn't work. So now I think they're scared to like clean house completely. But sometimes you need to, because as the old saying goes, one bad apple spoils the bunch.
Well, maybe the spirit of John Madden will come out and he'll influence some decisions there up top. I mean, you never know.
That would be nice, but I think he's rolling in his grave, like I said already. Right. He's already spinning in his casket.
He's probably arguing with Al. Like, how could you let them get to this?
And if they cremated him, it's a tornado in his urn as we speak.
They're stupid.
I'm telling you, ash tornado in his urn.
Damn.
But I ain't gonna harp on the Raiders. I mean, they got the win. They got the win, 17-13 over the Broncos. They're now 8-7. Broncos 7-8. So I mean, I can't complain too much, but
divisional game.
Right. So that's always good to get the win, regardless of how we get it. I appreciate it.
Speaking of y'all, I'm happy for y'all that y'all got the win, but at the same time, because y'all got the win, I don't know how it played out this way, but I guess it helped the Cowboys clinch the NFC East. I don't know how it worked out that way, but
I saw something like that.
Especially with two AFC teams winning. I don't know. But anyways,
I didn't see that we helped them do it. Is that?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Still,
I also saw that Stephen A. Smith was talking about well, I guess he's not lying. He said the Cowboys is a dangerous playoff team. I do think that is the truth, now that I think about it. I just interpreted that as you see them going all the way.
So, I mean, if you want to definitely get on that conversation, let's go ahead and jump into it.
With the Cowboys?
Yeah. I mean, we have to understand here, Cliff. Everyone's talking about this recent Cowboys performance that they put up against the Washington football team, who we know is a terrible team. Chase Young's out. Hell, I don't know if Tyler Heineke played or not.
I would be fair, though. I wouldn't call them a terrible team. I would just say that they're a mediocre team that's already depleted.
So, if we go ahead, and I know the whole NFC East sucks, but if we look at Washington football team's current record, they are sitting at 6-9, under 400. I mean, at 400%.
But I mean, like I said, they're depleted. They lost Chase Young in what, week 8, 9?
Well, that's one player, and I don't think he's changing the game for them every single game to where, you know what I mean, as far as
not every. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I could say not every single game because he's a defensive end. He's rushing that quarterback without a presence of pressure put on that quarterback. That opens up a lot of things. That gives receivers more time on their routes. That gives the quarterback time to get comfortable in the pocket. A lot of things are to benefit from not having a good rusher on the edge.
Okay. So to your point,
I'm not just saying that he's the only, him leaving is the only reason they've started taking a downturn. But even with Heineke back there, when Fitzpatrick went out, Heineke was getting wins.
That was a fluke. I mean, let's be honest. Like, that wasn't. It's just like when it's just like when the Giants beat the Eagles a couple weeks ago. Cliff, come on now. They beat us by a feud, and a couple weeks later, we go right back and beat the brakes off them. Like everybody knew should have happened in the first place. You know what I mean? So I don't want to take too much away.
Ass Eagles.
It's just
my birds of a feather flock together king.
Well, all I'm saying is the Cowboys or the Cowgirls, as I call them, are choke artists. Everybody knows that. They're choke artists.
I agree there.
And the rumor is if they were to be if the playoffs were to start right now, the Cowboys would either play, for example, like the Cardinals or potentially the Eagles if the Eagles still somehow slide in. So, I mean, I'm not sold on the Cowboys is all I'm saying. I never have been, never will be. I know what they always do. Right, they always fold. They always fold.
So here's the question. If it's the Cowboys and your Eagles going into it in the first round, how you think y'all fare?
I think we put up a fight, but I think we lose. I don't, because again, I mean,
that's when we catch
answer. When we catch a spark, we catch a spark.
No, you're
right.
At
the same time, when you're going against Trayvon Diggs, rookie.
And you're right. You're right. Let me stop you right there. You are absolutely right. Regardless of size, your boy Devontae Smith is special.
He is.
He's special.
He does his thing. He got some work to do. He does still
need to put on some size, but he's special.
Yeah, he got some work to do. But boy, he'll go up there and go get a ball. He will go up there.
He's special. He goes at it. I like his style.
He's got some grit, and him and Jalen Hurts got that chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
They're really boys. That makes it even better.
Right.
I mean, that play with your boy is different than just playing with somebody you got to play with.
Right.
You know
I can
what I mean?
read that motherfucker's mind. I know what he's gonna do.
Yeah. So I think the Cowboys will beat us. Now, do I think they would beat the Cardinals? Possibly. Realistically, no. Possibly, but realistically, I don't think so. But I could be wrong. I mean, it just depends.
I mean, that's also a toss-up game at the moment.
Yeah,
Cardinals
DeAndre Hopkins
are on a downswing, and the Cowboys are on an upswing. But that still doesn't take a somewhat.
Because they lost several games before they beat Washington. I thought they lost a few games. Like they didn't start getting hot until they beat Washington's punk ass.
Let me see.
Yeah, that's what the debate was about. I'm gonna pull up the games too. So they beat. Okay, they beat. I lied. They beat the Giants the week before they beat
that don't really
Washington.
Mean nothing.
Right, but then. Okay, and then they beat Washington.
That does mean something for team momentum though. Like them catching their flow. You know how it is, even when you scrimmage a weak team, they may not be putting up a fight, but if we can click, if we're still clicking in a real game situation, we're catching our flow for the big leagues.
Right, and I just looked at this. The Cowboys haven't lost a game since they lost to you guys on November 25th. So they have won 4 straight games. Listen to who they played though: the Saints, Washington,
and that
Giants.
Saints was without what's the name? Without Winston too.
That was
without Winston and Tannehill, if I'm remembering correctly.
Taysom Hill played.
Taysom Hill. I always say Tannehill.
Taysom Hill played that game. He had 4 interceptions.
Oh, he did play. Okay.
Yeah, 4 interceptions though. You know what I mean? So
he's not
come
the
on
best
now,
quarterback, man.
They don't. So I mean, like I said, look at her playing.
Taysom Hill needs to go back to receiver. Otherwise, he's a legitimate 3rd string quarterback. Period.
I agree.
Period. He's not a good quarterback. I mean, he's good. He's good mobile, but who gives a fuck if that's all we know you're gonna do is run or throw a pick?
We can anticipate that.
I'm good on Taysom. The Saints got hurt when they lost Jameis Winston.
Right. So, like I said, not to try to discredit the Cowboys and be a hater, even though I am of the Cowboys, I just don't believe in the Cowgirls. And I know they're going to choke, especially in the playoffs. And look who's their head coach is, Cliff. Mike McCarthy. And we know Mike McCarthy was never shit without Aaron Rodgers. And no offense, Dak Prescott is not Aaron Rodgers. He's not.
Right. No, I can agree. I can agree with you mostly on that.
You know?
What was I about
the
to
Cowboys
say?
Cliff?
Okay.
The Cowboys Cliff are like that dish on the menu where you're like, that looks real good. You may go ahead and order it, right?
Right. And then you like, this ain't what I thought. It's not.
That's how I feel about the Cowboys.
That's interesting. That's an interesting analogy.
Yeah.
I think that might be right. Because they do look great on the menu. They do look good on paper. On paper, they look excellent.
Name off their players, they look great. You know, I will give them credit. I love.
They got pieces. I love Micah Parsons. I love Trayvon Diggs. I love Tony Pollard. I think he is a workhorse.
Tony Pollard's a dog. He's a
workhorse.
Dog.
They got pieces, which is why they look good on a menu.
They do.
Them side dishes and everything look good in that meal.
They do.
But who's the chef in the kitchen this week?
Right. Jerry Jones. Well, that's
Jerry
the problem.
Jones is the restaurant owner. He ain't.
He's an owner. Yeah, he's the one that, like I said, he's advertising.
He's the kind of owner that be in the kitchen with his sleeves rolled up, like
Nope.
I don't want you cooking it like that. Give me the skillet. That's
fucking the dinner up.
Right.
Yeah. Doing too much. But that's all I gotta say about them Cowgirls, man.
Well, couple questions and we'll hop off of the Cowboys. That is, so if, like I said, Eagles see them first round, you see the Eagles putting up a fight, Cowboys sliding past.
Yeah.
Moving on, like you said, potentially it's going to be Cardinals, Bucks.
Got some trouble.
Do you see them snatching the win, though? Either one of those two teams are beatable.
Yeah, but the Bucks are about to become healthy again. They've got some players. They've got some players coming back here towards the end of the season. They got some players out too, but they got some players coming back at the same time.
But listen, we already on week 17, right? Mm-hmm. This is the last week of the season, isn't it?
No, there's 2 more. It's this week and next week.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm thinking in weeks, not games.
Right.
I'm tripping. But
college football playoffs is this Friday, by the way.
What was I about to ask, though? I lost my question.
Something about the Cowboys, I feel like.
Okay, you said that the Bucks are getting their squad back towards
the
end of the right. Now my question is, with possibly 2 games left, do you think that that's enough? Like, you coming back in the ass end of the season, do you think that's enough to help you push through the playoffs? Because ideally, if somebody's coming back, whether it's IR, COVID protocol, whatever the case may be, I would prefer you to have 2 games to get right.
Well, I think when you have Tom Brady on your end, well, let me just put it this way. Once again, I'm going to quote this off of, I believe it was Undisputed in First Take. So Antonio Brown, when he had missed his 3 games through the whole COVID situation,
right.
Tom Brady made it a point to target him. I think they said like 18 times in that game, like off the bat. Like, I'm going to get you.
I see exactly what you're saying.
We're
going to speed up this process in 1 game. Fuck 2 weeks.
Right.
We'll get it done.
Right.
I'm going to throw you double the passes so you can get – that makes sense.
Especially with a Tom Brady. Now, I think the average team, Cliff, yeah, I mean, that's going to be, average team, average player. It's going to be hard. But when you got Tom Brady, someone who's just really big on preparation.
That's a good point.
This is the same guy. It's the same guy, Cliff, that went to Tampa Bay during COVID. Remember, trying to practice with his team or practice in the park by himself and got dropped.
Yeah. But my next question to that, my next sub question, I guess you could call it, would be what positions though? Because if you're on defense, you don't have Tom Brady's preparation helping you out.
Well, in practice, if they're doing, maybe Tom Brady's doing some no huddles and some.
Dion just said Bucks getting their defense back, so down the stretch they gonna dominate.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like, man. Okay. That's what it's looking like. So I think the Bucks are definitely still in it. You never can count Tom Brady out. We all know that.
So, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you good?
So, who is it that we see then? Because okay, we're operating right now in a hypothetical. The hypothetical is that the Cowboys make it to the last four. Assuming the last four is all of the top teams in the NFC, being the Cardinals, Packers, Bucks, and Cowboys, who do you think that if they don't match up with the Cardinals, we said that that's a possible win, but it's still iffy. Green Bay, they get blown out. Bucks, I'd say Green Bay, they get blown out. Maybe not.
The Bucks, that is. Is that who you're talking about? The Bucks.
I'm talking about either or. I'm talking about if Dallas plays the Bucks or the Packers.
I think if they play the Packers, I think Aaron Rodgers. Well, I think both teams win. To answer your question, as far as the Bucks and the Packers go, I don't know about blown out, but I think that both teams win.
Right. But the Packers is the same way. Like, to use your analogy over again, that's a dish. That's a dish that I don't know if it's going to taste the way it looks on the menu.
It's a dish well served, and it's a dish that has a potential 2-time back-to-back MVP quarterback.
Nigga, no, you are right. It's a more consistent dish, but it can be a fluky dish nonetheless.
You remember in school they had a regular lunch line and they had they called them in my school the olive cart, like the enhanced lunch line.
They called it an olive cart.
Olive cart. They call it. I don't know what they call it. They call it olive cart. Olive cart. ALA.
Right.
Olive cart. I said olive cart. The Packers and the Buccaneers are your olive cart. A lot of other teams are your regular lunch line.
So the Cowboys and Cardinals
are your regular lunch line.
Okay.
Now, could they be an olive cart? Maybe, but again, you've got MVPs and
even better for the analogy, can a meal on the regular lunch line be better than the meal on the a la carte? I believe that happens from time to time.
It does, because that's the upset. That's the upsets that we see. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of it. Like, we might be wrong. These teams we're talking about, it might be none of these teams. It might be somebody we're least expecting.
I doubt it. I really highly doubt it.
But
I highly doubt it, but more so in the AFC than the NFC.
Bills got something to prove again lately. Not to jump the gun, but the Bills got something to prove again lately.
Definitely. And I don't even think that's a gun jump. I think that we talked about it. And me and you actually were the only two to go with the Bills in that. Speaking of, you did win the pick'ems last week. I'll give it to you too. It was an impressive win. You were 8-9 last week.
You know me.
No, that's only 2
Champion.
weeks.
Hey, you know what? Well, when I finish out this year, or you know what, from now on we should do a tradition. Each year that somebody wins, they should have like a belt.
We talked about it. We gonna get something going.
Yeah. I need my belt.
But
I was 8-9.
You still wouldn't be in the running.
What you mean? I won like the past? I think I didn't win one. Well, prior to that, I was on like a streak. I mean, I was winning.
Nah.
I almost had to quit the show just because I felt bad.
The week before that, it was OG Mike Brown, which was his first.
I was a fluke.
The week before that was Les, which was, I would think, his second. The week before that, me, which I.
And then who won all the weeks before that? Right, me. And you disqualified me. You disqualified me for some remark I said one week. Remember, one week I won. And you said, "Well, I'm gonna
I ain't
technicality. I'm
never.
gonna take it back.
Nah, that
Remember
was
it?
a
On a
win, a
technicality.
game. That wasn't the win. That was a game. Yeah, you weak.
Well, Bills. I mean, Bills are looking good again. They came back to life. Hey, Cole Beasley's coming back. By the way, that's going to be interesting. Cole Beasley. I think somebody else as well.
Yeah, they've been out. Cole Beasley has been out the past 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm not going. Cole Beasley is definitely a a needed tool for Allen, but I'm not going to act like he can't get it done without him.
No, but he helps. He helps improve your chances.
No, definitely. Cole Beasley helps improve his chances, and you can tell that's what's the name? His security blanket. That's Josh Allen's security blanket. That's who he goes to when he needs him.
He is. You know, it's kind of like the tight end position, like we say with Gronkowski and Brady, security blanket. So I can see that. Hey,
Dallas Knox, or not Dallas Knox. What's his name? What the fuck is his name?
What team? What position?
Buffaloes. Is it Dallas Knox? I don't think it's Dallas.
Tight end?
Yeah.
It is a Knox. I think it's like, let me see. I think it's like Kevin Knox, but it is a Knox. Bills tight end.
But he been doing his thing for real.
I'm gonna find it for you.
Dawson
Knox.
Yeah. I'm mixing Dallas Goedert and.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Hey, I meant to ask you, Cliff. We haven't talked about this at least in a while, and it's getting towards the end of the season. If you had to pick right now, who's your NFL MVP? Who wins the MVP?
I mean, you know what? I feel like that MVP just isn't the same as it was before.
We talked about that like in basketball too, huh?
Yeah, I feel like it's almost becoming like the Heisman Trophy where it's only reserved for a few select positions. But if I was to give an MVP out right now, I got to go with my guy.
Who's that? Rodgers?
Yeah.
Oh, not Rodgers. Rodgers? Okay.
Yeah, I got to go with Aaron Rodgers.
Let me tell you who's on the leaderboard right now. So this is from 11 hours ago. My source is CBSSports.com.
Mm-hmm.
They have Aaron Rodgers at number 1 with 55 votes. Tom Brady at number 2 with 44 votes, which I think is the same age, too, as what he is. They have number 3, Colts running back Jonathan Taylor at 24 votes. Rams wide receiver at number 4, Cooper Kupp at 19. Bills Josh Allen at number 5 at 15.
Yeah, that Cooper Kupp is just...
It's hard to win as a wide receiver.
Yeah, that Cooper Kupp is just people loving him.
Yeah.
That are voting for him. But like you said, it's very hard to win as a wide receiver. And I don't know if he's done enough to make that list.
I think Jonathan Taylor's been pretty tough this season.
Yeah, he has.
Like to see,
Josh Allen below Cooper Kupp is kind of crazy to me.
So, well, speaking of that, let me get your thoughts on this then and see how you think the rest of the sounds. I'll go through, the 10. So at 6, you got Mahomes with 9 votes. 7, you got Dak Prescott with 5 votes. 8, you got Joe Burrow with 4 votes. There's a tie for 9th. You got Matthew Stafford with 1 vote and TJ Watt with 1 vote. So I'll run that by you again. You got Mahomes at 6, Dak at 7, Burrow at 8, Stafford at 9, and Watt at 9. TJ
Watt. TJ Watt?
Tied at 9 with Stafford at the bottom.
Yeah, I feel like those are popularity votes.
Could be.
I don't know if I see a TJ Watt in the top 10 of an all-star list this year, or MVP list this year.
Oh, you won't. Not at the top. That's why it's at the bottom.
I'm saying in the top 10.
Oh, like if you would
In it
even
at
put him in the
all.
top 10. Got you.
That's crazy to me.
People who fell out of the MVP race were Debo Samuel, Justin Herbert, and Kyler Murray fell out of the race.
Mm-hmm. Shit, if you gonna put TJ Watt in there, where the fuck is Myles Garrett at?
What about Micah Parsons? Trayvon Diggs?
Like that's crazy to me. And Myles Garrett has 2 fumble recoveries run for touchdowns this year.
Mm-hmm. But wasn't he hurt or injured, or he was either
for a
injured
little
or
bit,
sick?
but
Yeah, you know how they do with that too. But Cliff, we got to think. Typically, if I stand correct,
isn't sack, a forced fumble, and the touchdown from picking up his own fumble and running it back.
But look at it this way, isn't it? From what I understand, isn't it the NFL? How do I want to say this? Like the NFL committee, isn't it them who vote? Like either Hall of Famers and the owners. Like I don't remember who's in charge of the voting.
Yeah, I know that was a thing. Is that still a thing?
Is in charge?
Yeah, I definitely NFL, know that was a thing.
Right, because that might have a lot to do with what we're talking about as far as people.
I still wouldn't think that they would pick a TJ Watt.
So actually, I stand incorrect. It's voted on by a panel of 50 sports writers who are selected by the Associated Press. So 50 sports writers around the world who are selected for this get to pick and vote on the winner.
But who comes up with the people who you pick from?
Right. That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if they also create the list and do the voting, or if they only or do the numbers themselves. Yeah, I don't know how they determine. I guess I'll look that up.
I don't even know how you would look that up, to be honest. That's a tough thing to Google. You got to be good at your Googles to get that.
Right. What's okay? I'm on the right track. That's why I said okay. So blah 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 blah. Anyways, kind of skimming through here. Yeah, I don't know what we'll call it metrics. I don't know what their metrics are on how they weigh who should be in the running and things like that.
It would have to be done by the league. I would imagine it would be the same way that they do in the NBA, where even though it's, a popularity vote based on the people, they give the people a list from which they can pick from.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find out.
Regardless if you're appointing it to writers, and I don't think that's an awful idea, right? Because if you are a sports journalist and you're keeping up on these players, you have the history like we do. You know what I mean? Once you write down these stats week in and week out, you get a pretty good understanding of certain players.
Right.
So I don't think that the picking the writers is a bad deal, but as we all know, when it comes to writing as well as podcasting, we can definitely be biased.
Right.
We can definitely pick towards our emotions and not, statistically. Right.
It is, yeah. It's so very opinionated. Also, to answer that question that I asked you as well about the NFL MVP, I'm gonna go with Rodgers as well. Seems like Rodgers is having another pretty good season. I don't see who else is probably gonna overtake that, so I'm gonna go with him as well.
Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers got it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think
fuck the bullshit. But let's get into a couple other of these games. We can touch on your Eagles and run through the rest of them.
34-10. I didn't like what I saw early on. You and I discussed that offline. It was pretty sloppy on both sides. When I had watched early on in the first half, it was like 3-3. It was just terrible. When I stopped watching the game and I seen the score, like we said, I looked and seen 34-10. Jalen Hurts, 17 for 29, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks.
199 yards.
199 yards passed.
Okay, I thought you said 109.
No, 199.
Okay.
I mean, Cliff, it's another day in the office. I mean, what do you really want to talk about? You know what I mean?
It's another day in the office.
It's just another day in the office, Cliff.
Well,
because
if you are in the office and I'm auditing your work, you only operated on a little above a 50% efficiency rate.
We played the Giants. I'm not really too impressed with this win. I'll take the win.
Which is why I expect y'all, or not y'all, but I expect you, GM Jalen Hurts, to have a little better of an efficiency rate than 58.6 on your completion percentage.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
I mean, that's not bad, you know what I mean? But if I feel like a nice, comfortable completion percentage is mid-60s.
Right. Well, let me say this, and I 100% really do believe in this. Jalen Hurts, because we'll say like last year was like his red shirt year kind of. We'll say last year was like
right.
Part. So we'll say this year, right, was his like rookie year.
I consider him a Ben Simmons rookie.
Yeah. What I'm saying is I think next year, if we truly do continue to build around him, keep guys healthy, I think he'll be a dog.
He'll be
and
a dog.
Again, Cliff, don't forget, we get 3 first-round picks next year in the draft if we choose wisely.
I would hate for y'all to be a powerhouse. I'm on my hate.
I know you would.
I would hate to do this podcast with you.
Can you imagine if we did it?
Was a powerhouse.
Can you imagine, Cliff, if
now,
we would have done this
podcast? But
it would.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If we did this podcast when y'all won the Super Bowl, I would have gave you a different time every week.
Trying to mess me up.
I said it started 5, bro. We going early today.
Right. Hey, right. A little be like, we went at 2:30 in the morning, G.
Right.
Got it in early.
And then I hope you don't get the YouTube alert until you.
Right. Then I hop on, I get dressed real quick.
Like, well, who's you hit the showers, Mount?
Yeah, right. But I think, no, I wanted to also kind of along with this, Cliff, shout out to my boy Carson Wentz just for this current moment, being sarcastic, because he played. Let me find this statistic. You probably know what I'm about to say. Let me find it. I have it in my email.
No, I don't think I do.
Well, there was a deal when the Eagles traded Carson Wentz with the Colts. That if Carson Wentz could stay healthy and play so many snaps this season, they would give us that first round pick, right? The Colts would. So
I didn't know that. I knew that.
You're right. So Carson Wentz successfully just completed at least 63 snaps this season, which puts him above the 75% snap threshold stipulations in the terms.
Y'all got y'all's pick
locked in. Got our third solidified pick first round locked in. So thank you, Carson, for that. I really appreciate you playing that many snaps and staying healthy.
That's what's up.
But yeah, they got some work to do, Cliff. I mean, I still want to see what Nick Sirianni's talking about. I still don't know how I feel about him as a coach. I'm not quite on board with him yet, but I do like Jalen Hurts.
I mean, this was his first week back from COVID protocol.
Yeah, he was out for a couple
days. But I feel like this is an expected win, though. Like, I feel like we can't give too much, right? But you still gotta, give him his P's coming back and putting the game plan together. But it's still the Giants.
Yeah, and we got next 2 games we got Washington at Washington and Dallas in Philly.
Daniel Jones didn't play the whole game in that game, didn't he? I believe I saw Mike Glennon.
He didn't play at all. He didn't play at all. It was tough.
He started the whole game?
It was the third string. Matt Fromm
I
from
saw
Georgia.
Glennon in there.
No, I'll pull it back up the stat. Oh, Glennon did play a little bit.
He threw for 93 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
He did. I don't know if he got hurt or they just pulled him or what, but they ended up putting Fromm in there.
Okay.
Saquon's trash. Let's talk about him real quick. Man. Overrated. He's overrated. 15 carries, 32 yards, 2.1 average, bro. 0 touchdowns. What?
I mean, but we all know that that's situational, but based on his previous track record, that is tough.
But also, I got to tell you, I don't care what you say. I have to find the highlights. Your boy, Kadarius Toney.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see his performance or his highlights at all from that game at all?
I saw some of them.
There were none. And the ones that there were bad.
He had a couple catches.
He is not good at all.
You crazy as fuck.
He drops a lot of balls, man. He drops a lot of balls.
You crazy as fuck. And we talked about it. He coming back from an injury. And you
so is Devontae Smith.
Devontae
several
Smith
games
playing.
Right. He wasn't out several games. He wears that damn brace on his arm. Shit.
But he's still been playing. He hadn't lost his step. Like, you asking a motherfucker that's coming back from injury to be as good as he was before. Give him some time.
Rookie year. His rookie year, yes.
This is his rookie year.
That's what I'm saying. His recovery rate should be boom.
No, the fuck it shouldn't. These we talked about this before they got drafted. These are undersized receivers.
They knew the assignment.
You right.
Look. They knew the assignment. They should have did the homework.
Right. Yeah. Right.
When I get old, that's some shit I'm gonna say to some young bucks. They knew the assignment. They should have did the homework.
Right. Motherfucker wasn't ready.
Right. But no, I mean, I'm talking stuff. You are right.
With that being said, Devontae Smith has been ready. I will say that.
Ready, man. He got something to prove. He's got something to prove.
He does, and he's proving it too.
If he can stay, I see him be like a Marvin Harrison one day, man. I'm telling you, he's gonna come into his own.
I'm pleasantly surprised by both him and Jalen Hurts.
I try to tell you,
and I look for a way to try to hate on you every chance I can get.
I know you do. I'm glad you finally. Mm-hmm.
Well, on the podcast, not in real life.
He had to clarify.
I want all my niggas winning. I just don't want their teams winning.
Right. I respect it.
I want all my niggas winning in real life, but these teams that y'all root for, I want to see y'all cry about them. That's what
see the agony.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm not mad at you at all.
This is the only field I can be that way in. So
right.
I can't do that anywhere else.
That in the video games, shit,
right?
You know.
You said it.
No holds barred when it's.
You ran from me.
I'll be back just because you said it. I'll be back.
Yep, you better because you ran from me.
Hey, I wanted to ask you this, Cliff. Get your thoughts on this. So, this is from December 22nd article from NFL.com. Mm-hmm. It says Cardinals J.J. Watt on 4 to 6 month rehab prognosis. He says, I'm not going to accept that. Is J.J. Watt done? Did he retire?
No, he's not done. J.J. Watt is a specimen. When you're a specimen like J.J. Watt, you decide when you're done. Barring a career-ending injury, nothing's going to stop you from playing but you. That's like a Gronk type of player. Like, it don't matter what you go through. If you want to play, you'll play.
But Gronk took some time off, though. He gave himself a break.
Right.
Watt's been going at it.
I would give JJ more of a specimen than Gronk.
But JJ's
I would
older.
say he's more... Right, you are right about that.
He's not. You know what I mean? He's not as dominant.
Even it back out.
He's not as dominant. Cliff, let me look at his age. J.J. Watt is not that same J.J. Watt.
He's what, 33?
Let me see.
32?
I think he's older than that. J.J. Watt.
I don't think he's older than 32 or 33.
He's 32. He is okay. He's 32. He's 32. But how? I guess let me ask you this: as a defensive lineman.
That's a lot of damage that you put yourself through at that age. Yes.
Right.
But
Right.
once again, we're talking about a specimen here. Like, we're not talking about the damage that he may potentially go through for playing additional seasons,
Right.
but we're talking about his ability to do it
at a high level. At a high level,
it doesn't even have to be at a high level. Like I said before,
injury prone.
Like I said before, when he was up for trade, I said his best bet would be to have him coach up them players or change his position.
I think JJ Watt. I think he's a
I don't
shell
think
of
he's good
himself
at
now.
the end anymore. I don't think you can keep running him at the end anymore.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's beat up. I think he's older. He's injury prone.
Now you
I think
put
his
him
best
in on
days
specific on specific formations. Put him in as a tackle or something like that, and then let him coach up the young players. He's still worth something. He might not be worth you can give him a vet minimum. Stop it. JJ Watt's definitely worth a vet minimum.
I think he might have to hit them showers. But
I mean, I hope not. But if so, I'll be here to escort you.
Right.
The showers is this way.
Right.
Right here.
Hey,
shout out. Way.
Shout out to lineman Trent Williams. It says Trent Williams from NFL.com. It says Trent Williams returns to being NFL's top tackle, powered by gratitude after terminal cancer diagnosis.
Oh shit!
So that's cool that he's back in the league after that.
See,
he's on the 49ers.
That's the perfect example of what I'm talking about. Specimens. When you're a specimen, you can do that. You can be pulled down to your lowest of low, saying you're not going to make it from cancer. Turn out you do make it. Not only will I'll be back.
Right.
That's a specimen, and that's what TJ Watt is. He's just not battling cancer. It's just a rough time in his life. Now, Father Time is undefeated. We all know that.
He's battling injury. That's his problem. He's battling injuries.
And listen, Father Time plays a major part in how fast you recover from those injuries.
And you just heard me quote, they say about 4 to 6 months, and he's not cool with that. But, hey, you're older.
Now, that'll take him out.
Right.
That'll take him out. I bet that he can get back sooner, but him trying to get back sooner will take him out.
Right.
If you can't rush it the older you get.
Right.
You got to let it work. Or find a way to work with it. But if you're not doing one of the two, you're bound for a bad day.
Right.
It's going to give out one day, bro. I'm telling you.
Practice, whatever. It could be shit. Taking the shit. Some going to give out. I'm going to give out. Shit, you get older. Shit, them aches and bruises, you could turn the wrong way. You
said it could be taking the shit. Listen, you are right now. I don't know what it is.
Pull a hammy.
You could pull something.
Right.
All that.
Be out. Look, spasms.
I don't know if they out for that.
Right. And then I also had seen Buccaneers. Buccaneers had placed Leonard Fournette and linebacker Levante David on injured reserve as of the 23rd of December. So that's what I was telling you, Cliff. They got some people coming back. It sounds like some people are out. It'll be a toss-up, but it definitely helps having Tom Brady on your side, like I was telling you earlier.
Listen, let's just hope he don't go through nothing. I'm telling you, if he do, he got like we talked about before, he got the connections.
If he win again?
No, I'm saying if something happens, he ain't going on COVID protocol.
Oh.
They sweeping that under the rug. They said, you around who? We won't say anything if you don't.
Did you see, speaking of that, did you hear that their head coach diagnosed, Bruce Arians?
No, I didn't.
Bruce Arians, let me find it.
So it's only a matter of time, I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, and that's what, so as of yesterday, it says, Buccaneers coach Bruce Arians tested positive for COVID-19.
Yep. MJ had a flu game. Brady gonna have a COVID game and not tell nobody.
Fuck around around long.
You gonna find out after he got the ring on his finger.
Come out in the documentary or some shit.
As he should.
Right. Listen, I'm not mad at him. And then I think we already talked about it because your Raiders won. Actually, I was wrong, Cliff. The Cowboys clinched the division thanks to the Tennessee Titans beating the 49ers.
Okay.
I thought that was So anyways, they clinched the first playoff.
I'd have heard that, and that's not even in in the same division. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, you was just so ready to find a way to say something.
I
about
was.
Raiders.
As always, I gotta try to find some dirt on them punk ass Raiders, you know. But as everyone probably heard out there as well, or may have not heard, Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers did break Brett Favre's franchise record
on
of
Christmas Day.
Touchdown passes Christmas Day.
Well, Brett Favre's was 442.
Right, he had
Rodgers ended with 445. They were tied going into Christmas Day, so all he needed was one touchdown, and he threw for 3. So now he had 445. But I think he's still only fifth on the list. All-time quarterback passes. I don't think that gave him number 1 of all time. I think he's only 5th on the list, and that's number 1 for Green Bay. But he's not at the top.
No, he's not at the top. He's number 1 in Green Bay's history. Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations. That's my guy. I fuck with Aaron Rodgers. I like that. I like him.
Right. Yeah, so Aaron Rodgers is definitely the truth.
Did you watch that game on Christmas?
No, I seen a little bit of it, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
Oh, fam, watch that. I was at my mom's house. Well, no, I left at halftime actually.
The wine got the best of you.
I did drink a glass of wine with my mom and
you told me. Yeah, you told me.
But nah, right? Nah, I went to my people's house after that. And then shots came out. But what was we talking about? What game?
The Christmas Day game with the Packers.
Oh, yeah, the Packers. They got the win 24-22 over the Browns. Packers 11-4, Browns 8-7. Baker Mayfield, though.
Trash.
That motherfucker threw for 4 interceptions that game.
He's trash.
He threw for 2 interceptions in the first quarter. Trash. First quarter of the game, he threw for 2 interceptions. That shit crazy. He still didn't have the lowest QBR though. I can't remember who it went to this week. Oh, Mac Jones. That's who it went to.
Yeah. So, what you think about Mac's situation, his performance?
Listen. Well, before we get to it, just for my shower heads, Baker Mayfield threw 58.3%, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 55.3 QBR. Excuse me. Aaron Rodgers threw for 70.6, 202 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 115.1 QBR. Now, my thing is Devontae Adams. He had 10 receptions, 114 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he had a total of 4 touchdowns. 2 of them got called back though.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I think one was a holding. I can't remember what the other one was. But yeah, if he'd had all his touchdowns, like without them calling any, he'd have 4 touchdowns that game.
Damn.
And Rodgers would have threw for 5. He was going nuts. Yeah, Devontae Adams definitely might be the best receiver in the league.
Yeah, I like Devontae Adams. I mean, but Cooper Kupp, though, I mean, I just can't.
No, when you got the reason why I won't put those two on the same page is Devontae Adams is what you want at running back.
Wide receiver.
What Justin Jefferson and all them can hope to be, right? Like they're on the path to be, is what I'm saying. A wide receiver that has amazing speed and excellent route running. You don't see that every day.
No, you don't.
And that's exactly a Devontae Adams. I think that's a Justin Jefferson as well. I think it ain't really a think at this point. It is a Devontae Smith. He's just small.
Yeah, he's going to be special.
But when you think of those receivers, I mean, them is your best in the league. And right now, Devontae Adams is OG. You feel me?
He's doing this thing.
It ain't nobody doing it like him. I wouldn't even say he's in the... Yeah, I guess he might be in the back end of his career. Malcolm over there rolling his chair over the dog's tail.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, this motherfucker's stupid.
I didn't know he was... I forgot he was laying right behind me. He was...
Oh, that's exactly what you did too. Huh?
He is passed out, paws out. He
what kind?
Out.
You better watch. I'm very dangerous. I know what goes on even when I ain't there to see it.
Man, oops.
But good game on the Packers. I do want to jump back to that Bills Pats for my shower heads because we didn't give out the score. That was 33-21. And like you said, the Mac Jones QBR 31.4. My nigga was 43.8%, 145 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 2 interceptions went to Micah Hyde. He had 2, so I do want to shout him out. He did his thing that game. Josh Allen was 63.8 completion, 314 yards, 3 touchdowns. 104.4 QBR.
He did his thing.
Listen, Josh, I've been saying that. You asked me the other day, you said the best quarterbacks in the AFC, and I said I think Josh Allen's up there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for sure he's up there. I'd say top 3 right now.
Yeah, I'd say top 3 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He might be 3, but he's definitely up there.
Right. Yeah, he had a good game.
But yeah, I just wanted to just jump back to that to give the stats. Bills is 9-6, Pats is 9-6, so they tied. And did they end their season together?
Playing each other again? Is that what you're saying, or what do you mean? I thought they already played twice. They only played 3 times, do they? They already played twice. Because remember the Patriots got them.
Yeah, the Patriots got them. Or do they play 3 times?
So Patriots schedule, they play the Jaguars and Dolphins next. They don't play the Bills.
Yeah, and the Bills play the Falcons, Jets.
Yeah, they only played twice this year, and they were 1-1.
No, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking then. But
they had the Bills. No, okay, they're tied. I was gonna say I don't know what the tiebreaker is because they're 1-1. So
I don't know why I was thinking they was going to see each other again. Maybe because when we was talking off the podcast, I said the Patriots don't beat the Bills 2 out of 3.
Right.
And I just automatically assumed that they would play 2 out of 3.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about like a series, kind of like basketball. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
because when we was talking, I was like, I don't care what you say. Because you was saying the Pats go potential Super Bowl team. Fuck no. That's when you start to see a rookie really show his nature.
Yeah,
You're just not prepared for it.
I agree.
Now, could Mac Jones be the... No. Not coming out the AFC. Mac Jones doesn't have a chance.
No, I don't think he does either.
Mac Jones doesn't have a chance because the bottom line is everybody else that he's going to be facing knows what it feels like.
Right.
They know what that pressure is. They know how to deal with it. He doesn't. And that's going to end up being a detriment. Experience.
Experience is key, especially in the playoffs.
Let's move on to somebody else who doesn't have much experience and who's been looking very great is your boy Joe Burrows.
Joe Burrows been looking nice, ain't
he? Immaculate performance the past week.
He did, didn't he?
Immaculate performance. Yep. 80.4 completion percentage, 525 yards, 4 touchdowns, 43.2 QBR.
Y'all had asked about last year how he would come back this year after being hurt. And,
this is one of those times I wish Jordan was on the podcast so I could be like, didn't I tell you? I told you. You was talking shit on my nigga.
He was. Yeah, he was. He was.
I told you.
He said Burrow didn't have it.
Don't doubt them Ohio boys, man. That's a born and raised Ohio boy right there.
Joe Burrows is dog.
Granted, the outskirts, but you still, come from the heart of the heart shape of the country.
The heart of the heart shape of the country.
I said no. I was about to say you come from the heart of the country. And switch to the heart shape. That's Ohio, baby. That's the heart.
Is that a Carl Nassib quote? The heart-shaped country? Is that a Carl Nassib quote?
Listen.
Is that where he's from?
I don't know, but I don't think NASA would connect those dots. You better take that hat off.
No, not NASA. Nassib. That's what I said. Is that a Carl Nassib?
Well, you're wearing the wrong hat then.
Nope. Good.
You wearing the wrong.
You hear me? I'm cool.
Hat then.
Hey, did you see that? I read a report, December the 26th, NFL.com. Or I'm sorry, this is today. Sam Darnold has been named the starter for the rest of the season over Cam Newton. Any thoughts on that?
As he should.
Really? You don't think Cam should be the guy?
No.
Weren't you one of the ones advocating for Cam a while back that he should be
when he came back for the Patriots?
Yeah, and even after he got released, I thought you said he should be a starter. He should play somewhere.
I might have said he could play somewhere. I don't know if I'd have said he's a starter.
Okay.
I might have said he could be a starter somewhere.
I thought you said this. I thought. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm just saying. I thought we went to Carolina that we all were like, yeah, he definitely should. Start in Carolina.
That was with Darnold out.
Right, but I thought even when he came back, I thought but yeah.
Nah, Cam ain't had the best games in Carolina since he came back. I mean, if you're counting like his stats is amazing, he's a running back. He's a running back. That's what you got. Yeah. Because he's a running back with a decent arm. Because he's not enough at that quarterback position to have him be the guy. So bring Darnold back in if he's healthy.
Right.
That makes sense to me.
Well, Darnold's the future. I mean, he's the younger quarterback too. He's the one you traded for.
Right.
So,
and like you said when Britt was on, it's all about business. So if Darnold doesn't pan out, who's losing their job?
Matt Rule.
Who's that?
Panthers head coach.
But did he request to have Darnold come?
I would think he would have I think he would have an opinion on the situation as to.
But I don't know if he's the guy that you put the head on the chopping block though, because.
Well, the team sucks, so you got to put the head on the chopping block.
Yeah,
somebody got to get the head on the chopping block.
You are
You know how that go. You know how that
but they're
go.
depleted too. No Christian McCaffrey. He's been out.
Yeah.
I gotta be better with names. Goddamn. Um, who's the wide receiver? They got a wide receiver that's out too, don't they?
For the
The Panthers.
yeah, they do.
Or that what?
DJ Moore.
Or that was out. Is that Is that who I'm thinking of?
That's their best
know.
wide receiver.
I don't know enough about the Panthers, but I know they have more than just Sam Darnold out. I know that much. But
yeah, they got Steven Gilmore, but he ain't doing nothing on Carolina.
Let me see who else. We covered it all. Other than that, I just wanted to cover the Jets and the Jags. Jets got the win. Me, you, and Dion was the only ones that we picked that. OG Mike Brown picked the Jags. Well, I don't know what he was thinking.
He wasn't. That's the problem.
But what I will say though is Trevor Lawrence throws the most beautiful ball I've seen in the NFL.
I haven't watched him lately.
That's what I will say. It may not be perfectly on target, but his spiral, his mechanics are amazing. Like he's fun to watch for me at least, throwing the ball. I don't know. I don't know if he's, like we said, just in a bad spot. I think if you coach that man up, he would be a definite future Hall of Famer. Because he has arm strength like crazy. His spiral is nice. He just can't fit it in that window quite yet. And he doesn't have too many great weapons.
Yeah, I mean, Trevor Lawrence doesn't have nothing to work with. He don't have a coach. He don't have no weapons.
They said John Elway, when he was a kid, used to practice throwing his football into the neighbor's mailbox. And he used to fuck the mailbox up, or the neighbor's mailbox up all the time, so his parents would have to pay to get the neighbor's mailbox fixed. But even the neighbor that they were talking about said that he make it in that mailbox. Imagine that. Imagine that being your window. A mailbox hole. If you can fit it in a mailbox hole, just dropping back, throwing, off the run, throwing, get it in a mailbox hole. Who's stopping you? As long as you got a receiver, you could give them feet for hands. They can still catch that if you put it in a mailbox hole.
Right.
Your stomach is catching that. I don't see any quarterbacks like that nowadays other than Rodgers and Brady. Brady does that, but Brady more so. Brady's a fucking surgeon.
He is.
He's surgical. Brady is surgical. I'm not saying Rodgers isn't, because Rodgers gives me the more impressive throws, right? But Brady is just the safe, surgical, I got this. Every now and then he'll throw a deep one that's like, oh, Brady, I don't know about that. But he's not good for him.
Right.
But I don't know. Lastly, Jets. Is that Jets-Jags. Jets beat the Jags 26-21. To be honest, I don't know either one of their records because it doesn't fucking matter to begin with. But Zach Wilson impressed me in that game. He had a 54-yard touchdown run.
Did he really?
Yeah, and it was amazing. It was amazing. He showed athleticism. It was amazing.
Damn.
He rushed for 91 yards that game off of 4 carries. He threw 63.6% off of 102 yards, 1 touchdown, passing, 1 touchdown rushing, 89.6 QBR. Trevor Lawrence threw for 66.7 completion percentage, 280 yards, 0 for 0, 87.6 QBR. But it's just his ball. His ball is beautiful. Watching his ball go through the air is just, it's like somebody copied it and pasted it. Like how a football should look in that. I don't know. Give him some time. I think he's going to be somebody. I don't know what he's going to accomplish in Jacksonville, to be honest, because they're another team that we talked about in the past, and I think their only opportunity at success is to clear house. They have to. They haven't been making great decisions, and Lawrence isn't going to be able to stay around doing anything there.
Did you hear about some of the people they've been wanting to interview for the head coach position?
Who's the dude that you sent me that turned down the interview?
Dan Quinn.
Right.
Coordinator from
the defensive
Dallas,
coordinator, yep.
Ex-head coach of the Falcons.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I read in that article that the Jags asked to interview him. He said, "Fuck it, I'm good."
He said, "No, I'm good." Right,
I wonder who delivered that message. If he did it, or if the Cowboys personnel was like, "Nah." He said he didn't want to. I'm sorry.
Right, and they're still not giving our boy a chance. The coordinator for the Chiefs. God, I can't think of his name. You know who I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about. The black dude.
Bieniemy, Eric Bieniemy.
Right.
You know, but we know how it goes. I mean, we know how it goes. We know how it goes.
I mean, but look though, right? Because he got passed on it initially to get Urban Meyer in there.
He did.
So why do you think that they would turn around and hire him for the position? That's not how that works.
I shouldn't be surprised.
Right.
I shouldn't be surprised. He
got passed on it initially.
Right. It said that the Bucks clinched their first NFC South title since 2007 when they beat the Panthers.
Oh, for real?
14 years since they won a division title. And as I don't know if we talked about this, so the Rams and the Cardinals did clinch their NFC playoff spots in Week 16. They clinched them, the Rams and the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys, of course, won the NFC East.
I forget about the Rams too. I'm not gonna lie, I did not add them into the mix.
Right? Yeah, their team to look out for. I mean, I don't think that they'll. Matt Stafford seems too shaky recently.
Yeah, he is.
But
I feel like I feel like Dak's a little less shaky than Stafford is.
Well, neither one of them are pros in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest there. Neither one of them have great playoff experience, if any, or whatever.
Right.
So we'll see. And
but I think if anybody could show out and show that they were ready, prepared, it would be Dak over Stafford.
Depends on who's healthy too, but I could agree.
I don't know. I think I agree with that. But go ahead.
Kansas City, of course, clinched their. This is crazy. Kansas City clinched their sixth consecutive AFC West title. 6 in a row, Cliff. Y'all ain't 6 in a row that y'all just couldn't beat Kansas City. That's crazy.
Well,
every year, almost the past 10 years straight, Kansas City been winning the division.
Well, how many have you clinched, motherfucker? That's first and foremost.
We've clinched a lot, believe it or not. You ain't
clinched shit, but your ass cheeks.
Hold on. Hey, he hit me with a Mike Brown quote. Shout out Mike Brown one time. Hey, we won some on and off over the years, though. You ain't won
shit. What does Google say?
But I'll give you this.
Hey,
the NFC. NFC East is trash. So I mean, it's not much of a thing to brag about when we do win.
And you
I will
still
say that.
can't clinch it.
You're right.
And you talking about us in the AFC West?
Right. Man.
With the Chargers, the Chiefs.
Did you hear about Antonio Brown's media day when he came back from his suspension?
No.
Oh, I gotta find the video later. I'll send that to you offline. But
Antonio Brown, what did he get suspended for?
The COVID. Remember the fake COVID?
Oh, right.
So this is December 26th. 3 days ago. Bucs wide receiver Antonio Brown following return from suspension. He told the media, "I don't want to talk about that." So if you watch the video, for those of you that may be listening, if y'all see the video, of course you see a traditional Antonio Brown. He just attitude short, he's AB.
So what? You just brought that up to hate on my nigga?
No, I'm just saying, like, man, I want AB to stay under the radar, and he just...
AB won't. He can't. So this is his best situation, is being under Brady's wing.
He's such a prima donna. I just can't stand it. He has so much talent. You know what I mean?
No, he does.
That's all I was saying.
But...
Also, what were you going to say?
No, I was just saying... Also, I believe not talking about it is somewhat staying under the radar.
Right, but it's not about, we
know what AB is say. We know what he'll do. So just don't say nothing.
Well, it's not about what you say. Sometimes they say it's how you say it. And I think that's how
he don't know how to say or what to say. So just say, I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
He did the best move he could do.
Yeah, I guess he did. I guess you're right. It could have been way worse or whatever. But also, did you see the Washington football team defensive lineman Jonathan Allen and Darren Payne get into it on the sidelines?
No. Well, I didn't watch what game. Who did they play last week?
Remember they got blown out by the Cowboys.
Okay. Yeah, no, I didn't see that game.
They were highly upset. I watched some of it. It was bad. But anyways, these two defensive linemen for Washington got into it on the sidelines. Basically, one dude said something, dude turned around, said something back. Other dude got up, put his finger in dude's face. He should have known better. And the dude, they were talking about it. That was the debate. The dude could have knocked him out clean if he wanted to. So the other dude who he put his hand in his face in, he threw a punch, but he did it like over his shoulder pads. Like you can tell he intentionally hit his face. You know what I mean? But he let him know, like, nigga don't play. You know what I mean? But they were just talking about that. Like that was a big debate. Like, was Washington just frustrated because they got beat out by Dallas? And could he, did he intend to miss that dude's face?
Y'all don't know the locker rooms. Y'all don't know the locker rooms. Let these players live. That shit happens.
And the two dudes, I guess, squashed it in the media. I guess they downplayed it like, hey, we're bros or whatever they said. And,
I don't think I've ever played for a team where motherfuckers didn't physically fight.
Right, yeah.
Not all the time, but...
Right, but shit went down in practices, 2 days, 3 days, some hot summers.
And I played for a lot of undefeated teams.
Yeah.
That shit happens in the locker room, and I can only imagine once money and supremacy from like a coach and a GM standpoint come into play, how your attitude is with wanting to be or, work for your check.
Right.
Now it's not just about talking shit or being good in practice. I need to get better for my check.
Right.
And like we know, if one motherfucker's out of place, that makes everybody look bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll definitely put my finger in your face if I feel like you missed that read.
You crossed that line. Well, yeah, and you crossed that line. I gotta let you know.
Nigga, I'm in the fucking film room every week. Where you at?
Right. This was a backup.
To make me look bad.
This was a backup Cliff that did this to the starter. The backup got into the starter's face and did finger, in his face, and
That
then
makes
started
perfect
checking him.
sense because he doesn't have a check.
Right.
And you're fucking
Right.
me over. You're making me
Right.
look bad. You better
Right.
fucking get your shit together. Starter or not, I
Right.
respect that.
Right.
I respect that.
But yeah, I'm just going to run through these last couple topics real quick, if that's cool, and just get your quick take on them.
Do the pick'ems.
Yeah, so just like we kind of talked about it earlier, but I mean, Cliff, what do the Steelers got to do? Do they got to clean house? Is it Mike Tomlin? Is it
it's
just
the sympathy
what is
season? It? It's a sympathy season you gave the bid. Y'all knew that coming in. It's another LeBron situation. You made your bed, lay in it.
Right.
This is who you chose. You knew it wasn't the best decision to go with, but yet you did it. So just handle it until the rest of the season. I don't think it's a situation where we need to start jumping on the boat to get rid of everybody. I just think y'all made a bad decision to begin with, to start the season out. And I don't know if that was Mike Tomlin's either.
It might have not been. I just my concern is that they have a season like this next year as well, or similar to this next year. Yeah, obviously post Roethlisberger. That's why I said, hey,
right.
We got to start looking at Tomlin. What are we missing?
But I think it also depends on who you end up going with post Roethlisberger. Do you go with Mason Rudolph? Do you go with right? Who do you go with post right? Mm-hmm. That also matters as well because we all were talking shit about Belichick last season too.
Right.
Well, I don't want to say we all because I definitely wasn't. I said he was.
I was. Position. Well, wait. I think I was. Look, I think I was.
But now look at him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean. Pittsburgh, yeah, they have a chance to regroup. Hopefully they do. They did have some injuries. Juju's out. I think Chase Claypool was out on and off. They had a couple of injuries, but yeah, hopefully next year maybe they bounce back.
I ain't heard from Juju all season.
That's what I'm saying. He ain't done nothing. Even when he was playing, he hasn't. He's been doing TikToks. Man. That's the thing. Been doing TikToks. Pete Carroll's got to go. Cliff. Point blank. Period. Seahawks blew huge lead. I don't know if you had heard or seen that to the Bears. I mean, they was up like 20 to something. And then next thing I know, I see the final score, Bears, and came all the way back and beat. Pete's got to go, Cliff. You got to go, Pete.
I think he's Happy tearing New them down on purpose from the inside.
I think so, too. And you got to go, Pete. I'm sorry. Happy retirement. You're in your 70s. Happy retirement. Happy New Year, Pete.
They said, no, I'm not going to say that.
Oh, shit. You about to say something ignorant?
I was.
But Pete's got to go.
I won't say that. I won't say that.
Go. Pete's got to go.
But R.I.P. John Madden.
R.I.P. John Madden. NFL has flexed the Rams-Ravens game, by the way, to 1:00 p.m. Eastern time, and Panthers and Saints 4:25 Eastern time on January 2nd. Is that this Saturday? No,
that's Sunday.
Okay, so those games got flexed. Matt Nagy, Bears head coach, he feels like he's going to coach out the rest of the season. I guess he seems to be word on the street in the hot seat. Matt Nagy, the Bears coach, he feels like he's going to coach out the rest of the season. He don't think he's going to get fired right now, before the season ends. Do you think he will get fired? Does Matt Nagy keep his job?
I think it's possible. I think it's possible. The only reason that I would see a reason to fire him is the fact that you didn't start Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton. I thought he did. I thought he started Andy Dalton over Justin Fields.
He pulled Andy Dalton and put Justin Fields in as the starter.
Right, but after so many games though, right?
Yeah, no, it was after I think the first 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, it was after so many games, I thought. Maybe even more than that.
But my thing is, you should have kept Andy Dalton in. Andy Dalton is your guy to put you in a position to win. Let Justin Fields learn.
Matt Nagy, from all we know behind closed doors, could have been getting pushed down from the top to go ahead and put
You are
that young blood
correct.
in.
You are correct about that.
And sometimes you're walking the tightrope with your hands behind your back.
You are absolutely correct about that.
Some of these positions, man, is even as coaches probably aren't what we think it is as far as abilities go.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
You right.
But that's just speculation, though. But I think Matt Nagy eventually goes. I think it's going to be a matter not when, but a matter.
I think eventually as well. I just don't know if next season is the season you want to do that. Especially if you want to come back out starting Justin Fields, right? Because you want him to be as comfortable as possible. Right. And I'm sure that they built a relationship throughout this season that you wouldn't want to replace him with somebody else and throw him to the wolves once again because you're going to have a similar season.
The league don't care.
You're right. You are right.
Jalen Hurts had Doug Peterson last season.
But money talks, too.
Got Nick Sirianni this season.
But I tell you what, we about to wrap it up here in a minute. We about to go on our picks, but I gotta piss real quick, so I won't leave you to talk by yourself.
Oh, you good?
What I will do is I'll throw on a title for a couple seconds.
Oh, okay,
yeah. We'll start the intro music until I get back.
All right,
we'll be back. We back.
All right. What you want to start off with?
Yeah, we just gonna do the pick'ems. We gonna do the pick'ems and then we gonna wrap it up. We already at an hour 40.
Yeah.
So let's hop into these pick'ems here. Since it's just me and you, we'll start out with our teams. Your team first. Eagles, Washington.
I'm going to go ahead and say Eagles. I'm going to say we go ahead and win by 13.
You sure? Eagles, 13?
Yeah.
Eagles, 13.
Probably end up being more than that, but I'll go on the low end.
You know what? Since you're me and you and I got time, I got to get on my Googles. I want to know who the Washington football team QB
Heineke
is for week 17.
Unless he's on COVID. I don't think he is.
Taylor Heineke or Kyle Allen? So Taylor Heineke. I'm gonna go Eagles 6.
Okay.
Oh shit! I fucked up on yours. You said Eagles 13. Put it in the wrong spot. I'm doing Eagles 6. All right. Then we got Raiders Colts. That's an interesting game as well.
Ooh, Colts have been hot lately, Cliff. I'm going to say Colts win, and I'm going to say that the Colts win. Derek Carr is known to turn the ball over. Their defense
Known to turn the ball over at least twice.
I'm going to say Indianapolis wins, and they win by 14.
Colts 14.
Yeah, they've been hot lately. Jonathan Taylor is just doing his thing, too.
I'm going Raiders 3.
Really?
Really.
Okay.
Browns Steelers.
Ooh, Browns. And I would say Browns win the game by 6. I think it's going to be a close game.
I think so too, but I'm going to go.
They're still on COVID too, right? The Browns still got a lot of players out on COVID, right?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure. I'm still going Browns 13. I know Landry was playing last week. I don't know. I can't think of the other dude's name. I'm not on with the names this evening. What about Vikings Packers?
I'm going to go Packers, and I'm going to say the Packers win by 17.
I'm going Packers 21.
Okay.
I'm saying they 21 them. Chiefs Bengals.
Ooh.
Another interesting one.
Yeah, man. Where's that game going to be at? I don't see. Hold on. Where's that game at? I see it. Yep, Cincinnati. That's all right. I gotta go with my gut. My gut is telling me that Cincinnati loses. Chiefs win by, let's say, 10.
That's interesting.
That's tough. That was tough, man. That was tough to break down.
I'm going Bengals 3.
You know what? I was leaning towards that at first. I'm not gonna lie. That exact.
I'm going Bengals 3.
Okay, you going Bengals with upset?
Falcons.
Oh man, Bills by 20.
Ooh.
Shit. Bills by 20. Falcons is trash.
I'm going 23. I'm Price is Right in your ass. Here we go. Bucks Jets.
Ooh, Bucks. But I feel like will they rest Brady? Will they play Brady? They should rest Brady. But I'm gonna say Bucks. I'm gonna say Bucks win by 13.
That was what I was gonna go with.
Really?
But I actually wrote down Bucks 6. I think Zach Wilson surprises some folks this week. Last one, we got Ravens Browns. Oh no, I'm tripping. Rams Ravens.
Rams and does Lamar play? Does he not play? I'm assuming he's not playing.
I'm assuming he's not either. I'm assuming Tyler's coming back though. Let's see.
It says this is 3 hours ago.
Wait. What were you about to say 3 hours ago?
From the Baltimore Sun, it says Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson returns to practice. His ankle injury hangs over a pivotal week.
Okay. I wanted to point out, though, Josh Johnson, third-string Ravens quarterback, threw for 70%, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 304 yards, 98.3 QBR. And that's another thing that just bothers me with the Raiders is that you can have a third string quarterback come in off a cold season and put up more than your starting quarterback and think that that's okay. That just boggles my mind. But that's it. It's all right. You said Ravens, Rams. You think Lamar's back?
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to go with the Rams. I think Rams got a great defense. They're gonna get after Lamar, Levon Miller, not Sam Darnold. What's his name? Aaron Darnold. Jalen Ramsey, all them guys. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams. I'm gonna say the Rams win by 12. We'll say 12.
I put 13. Rams 13 is what I had down.
Okay.
And you got Rams 12. All right. Who should hit the showers? We about to wrap it up.
I hit the showers. Once again, I'm sorry, Grandpa Pete, great Grandpa Pete. You blew the lead, man. You blew the game. You blew the season.
Pete Carroll?
Yeah, Pete Carroll. You got to hit the showers.
He looked like he a grandpa.
And that's your people. Like he a Jordan Jennings. But yeah, like man, Pete got to hit the shower, man. You blew the lead, bro. You blew the lead. You ain't doing nothing in Seattle. You don't get no help or protection for Russ. He's getting banged up. He looks depressed. He hit the showers.
He taking him down from the inside, baby.
He is. He don't care.
Nah, Pete hit him. Go on, hit him with your old ass. I gotta give him to good old Baker Mayfield.
I could definitely see that.
Give me a Baker Mayfield Mac Jones combo. 2 of the lowest QBRs this past week 16. Ooh. Awful performances. I feel like both of y'all should hit them together.
Whoa, pause.
No peeking.
He said, whoa. He said no peeking.
Yeah, they awful this week.
Yeah, they did.
Baker's been awful, so just Baker this week. No, Mac Jones had a 33.4. 31.4.
I think that was his worst game all season. This
might be the worst game, period, all season. That is one of the lowest QBRs I've seen. But
I mean, you can't compare that to the rest of his games. You know what I'm saying? He been look at the rest of his games.
I don't know.
Even Michael Jordan had a bad game, or he lost a game, you know.
Oh, and you comparing Mac Jones to Michael Jordan, Malcolm?
Not at all. I'm just saying. Everybody has to have a bad game or lose, right? Even defensive back lockup Clifford sometimes might lose a flag football game.
I'll lose a lot of them, but
right. You the low key to Jacksonville Jaguars.
My side locked up.
You trying to recruit me to come join the Jacksonville Jaguars.
My side locked though.
Hey, that's all that matters. But yeah, I mean, that's my hit the showers. We back Saturday on New Year's Day?
Why not?
Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Do all that jazz. Anything
peace,
to take us
COVID. Out. Peace, love, and COVID right now.
Damn, peace, love, and COVID. Shit.
That's what it sounds like. Everybody's getting COVID right now. Everybody be safe.
I think it said peace, love, and COVID. How about peace, love, and COVID protection? Why it gotta be and COVID?
Yeah. Hey, because motherfuckers is out here reckless.
Well, we out. We'll be back on Saturday. Catch us, all that.
Cavaliers ain't gonna ever be nothing either.
Nah.
If we wrapped up.